I like it. It's going to definitely be a battle of who comes out on top.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to be finding out today. Both of these teams even on the scoreboard for our final series of the day. The powerhouse teams of North America sitting in that #1 position. The Bloodthirsty Kings up against Cloud9.
All right, so let's give the breakdown real quick because we talked about the carry being a little bit short range, and I think there's more to risk than just the Noland on this carry. Pretty much, if he gets close to anyone, it makes the Tigreal's job a little bit easier too, we could say, because we were wondering how he's going to get in. He doesn't have as much of a distance to close at this point, so I think what's big for Cloud9 is don't get too clumped up at any points. Find those angles that you're looking for. Let Cold World try to get these pickoffs and use those teleports to the best of your ability. That is going to be huge. And BTK wants to look for the big 4 or 5 man fights as soon as possible. I'm talking second, third turtle. Try to get everyone together. Try to look for those invades. Put as much pressure down as possible.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to be looking for. Has Zane going to go in for that purple buff? You saw a little bit of a possible invasion, but they decided to disengage. A wise decision. Now, what does Hoon do, right? Does Hoon pick up the diversion over there from this Lu Yi to be able to teleport across the map? Or does he go for a little bit more of an aggressive ultimate, like the final slash, especially for this turtle that is going to be popping up?
Here we go again. Fried Chicken versus Nathzz. This is what we saw in game 1, and Nathzz got the upper hand. Fried Chicken in trouble. Cold World coming in. G-Kondo, the knockup. Fried Chicken just able to get away. Shark there in time. That was a close call for Fried Chicken. He knows how to test his limits.
He didn't go back, though. He's waiting. He's just going to continue to rotate around. Definitely showcases his comfortability on this Edith. We talked about Fried Chicken on the Edith, too. It's a comfort pick that he often either chooses to run or flexes it over to Shark. This time, Shark, though, is going to be running the TIG. He's going to showcase to the world the proper way to get these sets on the implosion. But we're going to have to see, like we mentioned, he has to hit angles, right? You're running up against a Lu Yi who has an easier way to kind of hit him with that chain CC. Now, with the turtle spawning in, who will be able to claim this one? Game 1, Cloud9 was on fire. They were able to find a way to stop BTK from these neutral objectives. But game 2, it was a totally different story. And here we are for game number 3.
Whoa. Big diversion comes in, able to pop C9 with the airdrop. Shark in a little bit of trouble. Hoon now moving on to Natt's best player, able to get the turtle, and Cloud9 backs off. They got the objective they came for. A well play of the diversion. I think as long as Marcuti doesn't get stingy with them, just keep using them, man. Every time you have them, use them. I think that's what's important for a lot of Lu Yi players. I think sometimes they're a little too stingy on those diversions.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask, right? How is he going to use these diversions? Is he going to be aggressive early and use them for kills, or is he going to be there for placement to make the team uncomfortable? Speaking of placement, though.
Ooh. This time, Fried Chicken getting the better of Nattzz in the top lane. I like it, man. We're wondering. Oh, the Cold World's like, not today. Fried Chicken goes down. This ain't a 1v1. This is a 5v5.
My man slid on him. He slid on him on the top side. Nattzz wasn't even phased. I think he planned the whole thing.
Very possible. Diversion might be coming. Cold World able to get repositioned, and this is where I think the diversion is really going to come in clutch. They're just going to be airdropping Cold World all around the map, so he can find the angles we've been talking about. Cloud9 holding down the game with a 1,000 gold lead right now.
Yeah, 1,000 gold lead. I mean, that's pretty decent, especially only being 3 minutes in. Implosion.
A lot of damage. Cold World bites the dust. Hoon able to get the kill, tying it up 1-1. Still 800 gold lead for Cloud9, but BTK showing they still got something.
Yeah, 1-1 with both sides tied up. I mean, you did see the first turtle go over to Cloud9, giving them a slight advantage, but BTK still on their tail. An even matchup between both of these teams. Shark, though, taking a little bit of damage. Hoon catches some as well in the mid lane. Right now, Zane, we got to see how he kind of performs on this Nolan. Look at him, ready for some burst damage. Spotted out, though, by Cold World.
Oh, the way the Dragon does connect. Cold World gets stopped in his tracks, so the fracture locks on to Cold World. Hoon, Fried Chicken coming out from the backside. Cloud9 know they're there. They're going to back off. Cold World keeping tabs on. He has kept tabs this whole time. Watch for that divergent play. Around the side, Mobazane forced to run away. They're on the fight for the purple. Nattzz with the final slash. Fried Chicken with the primal wrath. Able to dodge back. Shark looking for Marcuti. Fried Chicken going to flicker in. They're going to lock down. Nattzz brought low. Best player taken out. Nattzz going to be next. Fried Chicken with the revenge kill. Now Mobazane up against Marcuti, but Marcuti gets the duality proc. He's going to pay his life for it, but that is a good trade to help save the day. Still, though, it's going to be 4-2 if Marcuti goes down here, and he's just playing with them. Marcuti still up. Marcuti still standing, finally taking out. Hoon gets the kill. It's 4-2. BTK finally finds the lead.
No, he's buying time, though. Look at the top side. Basic, able to take all the gold plating off of that turret. Bot lane, though.
Damage. Zia should be okay. Able to dodge the enhanced chains, able to flicker flowing blood to the side, and he keeps going. Zia on fire, takes out best player. Nathzz is trying to clear the wave. Zia not done just yet. They're going to move on to this turtle now.
No, but Cloud9, they win that trade. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if they win. Yes, they get the tower, but they lose jungler. Now they lose Nathzz as well. And if best player keeps falling behind, it is a good trade for BTK because Mobazane's gonna have the advantage when it comes to these big objectives. Best player is back on the map. Zane can get a level lead. It's gonna be huge for them. Another turtle going into the pockets of BTK.
Yeah, great turtle for their side. Cold World with the G Kondo out to safety. With that turtle secured, definitely an overall great trade for the Bloodthirsty Kings. A good read, though, from Basic on the top side, making the most out of the situation, at least able to find a trade-off by taking a turret. But on the bot side, they find a turret as well. So BTK still leading the way with a minor advantage.
Yeah, CD9's got to think about it, right? And Basic, he hasn't taken a death yet. He has gotten the gold lane treatment. He's been able to farm. He's gotten a bunch of gold plating, a bunch of minions. He's gotten a tower. Let's take a look at his items. He's honestly not that far ahead of Zia, though. Only 300 gold or 350 gold, 400 gold. He's got a second item locked in. This is where we saw him at last game when we were wondering when he was going to get involved. And look at the damage. Best player taking out the pick potential from BTK right now. But Cold World looking for a pick of his own with the way of the dragon. Unable to lock onto Mobazane, though. Mobazane still gets back, and now it's the response. Nathzz goes down. BTK on the chase. Marcuti gonna be next. Cold World falls as well. It's a 4-man wipeout along with a tier 3 in the mid side. They want to turn it into a tier 2. BTK not stopping.
Yeah, Basic with the split push on the bot side is able to take that turret. But the mid falls, which means BTK will have an easier time invading onto the side of Cloud9, which is going to push them even further back on their side of the map. You are going to see Blade of Hephaestus picked up by Mobazane for some initial burst damage upon contact, which is something they're going to have to watch out for as well. I mean, you've seen the burst potential, right? Zane just bursted down. Best player off to a rough start on this Julian. 0-3-0. Highest kills in the game right now is going to go to Hoon on this Valentina. You know, he locked it in early. We said, was it a little too early? Looks like it wasn't, as Hoon is profiting and kind of dominating. A mid lane menace in the making for game number 3.
Yeah, I think the Valentina pick was so clutch to take from Marcuti. Marcuti really thrives on these aggressive, highly mobile mages, wants to be able to get in your face, wants to be able to output damage, and honestly, something as slow moving as the Lu Yi, yes, it has that divergent, but there's no dashes in that kit, right? There's no finding those angles in that kit other than teleporting, and that's only coming every minute or so. So I think right now, that's where they're kind of falling down, and I talked about in the very beginning, the mid lane is going to be crucial in this matchup. Marcuti and Cold World up against Hoon and Shark, and right now Hoon and Shark are making the plays happen.
Yeah, the mid lane tank matchup, the synergy is what's going to make the difference between both of these teams. And BTK, like game number 2, it seemed like it's the same story for game number 3. We need to see Cold World get a little bit more setups. Marcuti find a diversion play to keep BTK on their toes, pressure them across the map, maybe even help Basic split push at this point. But right now, BTK, they're comfortable, right? They're invading very heavily by taking that turret in the mid lane and may be able to take a tier 2 if Basic and Nathzz are not careful.
They're going to look for the repositioning. They'd hit the diversion into the bottom side, look for the pick onto Zia, but that's going to be a hard gold laner to kill. They're like, wait, no. That's an Alice, 206, 9 minutes in. I don't even know if all of us can take that down. You have the flowing blood as well to be able to flicker back. I mean, and this just goes, man, Zia has improved so much. I just can't stop saying it enough. Zia, man, from gold lane, now picking up fighters in the gold lane, just has really become one of my favorite players in NA overall. Has really become a monster and is just showing so much on the field in the Land of Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, he showcased that Alice in their debut up against Ghostly Nighthorde and dominated with it. And now may be the same situation. On the opposing side of the gold lane, though, Basic yet to really showcase the team fight potential we're looking for, right? We see a lot of the split pushing, but we're yet to see him have a heavy impact. Yes, he's running on this carry. Takes a little bit more time to kind of scale and have those items necessary. He did pick up the DHS, though, so he should be able to chunk into the heavy HP pool over there by the side of BTK.
The best player, man. He's got a target on his back right now, and BTK know that they can burst him down. I think he needs to kind of play the safer route. He's starting to fall into that. Normally, best player really plays comfortable behind the lines, always coming in second or third or even fourth into these fights. And it feels like maybe he's in the front a little bit too much on this Julian.
Well, speaking of the front, Basic now in the team fight, full 5v5 on the way. Lord, very low.
Yeah, Mobazane able to take the lore, but the fight does not stop there. Big implosion, locks on, pushed back. Best player in a little bit of trouble. Able to just dash away, though. Able to survive. Cold World also misses a G-Con Do during that fight. Unable to get the big pick, and as long as they don't get those picks, they're in trouble. Nathzz gonna get fractured, shattered, taken out. Mobazane with another kill into his pocket.
Yeah, he's racking them up right now. He's definitely doing a great job on this Nolan. Not the same story for best player, though. Not able to find that opportunity. G-Con Do and the Way of the Dragon.
Good kick. Basic able to shred it down. We're starting to see the damage lock in from Basic as well. Wondering if he's got, I mean, I'm sure he's got his third item locked in. Wondering what he's picking up for his fourth.
Yeah, he definitely should be scaling through this time. I mean, I'm pretty sure he picked up the golden staff already. I mean, the later this game goes, I guess it could work in Basic's favor. At least he's running a late game marksman. Not to mention they have Marquiti on this Lui. Lui is not the easiest mage to push into and siege the base crystals. Speaking of sieging, look at Chicken. Look at all the crowd control. Barely can move, and best player taking him down.
Yeah, they're able to get 2 pickoffs there. I mean, that's big for Cloud9. In their defense, they find Shark, they find Fried Chicken now. BTK need to kind of hit on the brakes a little bit, or else they will have the opportunity, especially in some of these tight-knit corners where Basic can just kind of hang out and fire free shots. One of my issues with the carry in this composition, let's take a look at the item. He does have the Trinity locked in. Looks like maybe we're going for Rose Gold next, or Malefic, something of that nature. Basic gets shut down on Hoon. The killing spree. That's huge. Shark in trouble as well. Another pickoff over to C9. Double kill for Basic. And if they stay tight like this, it's going to be a problem. Zia now in a little bit of trouble as well.
Let him cook.
Nact gets a lockdown. The final slash. Still untargetable. Pops the winner Trunchion, but still falls. An unstoppable kill for his Basic. He's 5-0-0. He's online right now.
Zane, if they spot out Zane, man, it would be bad, but they're going to go ahead and focus on taking this turret in the mid. A great opportunity to turn this game back around in his favor. We talked about it, right? Basic being a ticking time bomb. The Way of the Dragon.
Oh, that's going to be another kill. That's an easy one. Best player gets it this time.
No!
Zane trying to come in, finds Martuti, but drops for it. Best player with a double kill. That's a quick catch-up. Cloud9 back on the map. The map is looking blue. The goal deficit has decreased, and Cloud9 are back in the game.
Basic now has 5 kills on the carry. Scary carry in the making right now. Definitely gonna have to keep a close eye on him. BTK, they cannot sleep on the damage that he stacked up with those core items. Speaking of BTK, now the tides have turned. He just picked up the Malefic Roar, so now he also has some physical penetration.
Able to catch Basic there. He does dash back. Pumps speedy light wheel. Basic still able to get the outplay. He's on fire. Nath takes the kill, but Basic does the damage. Hoon able to back off and look at the diverging tone from R2, able to get into the middle of the map. They're rushing down. They're looking for more towers as Lord is back on the map. This could be a big jump ahead for Cloud9.
Yeah, massive advantage. The Lord should be theirs for the taking. Winter Crown picked up by Marquiti as well. Tier 2 on the top side will fall. Look at the Lord quickly being burst down. The separation of responsibility from the side of Cloud9, focusing on several objectives all at the same time. A mistake, a misstep from the Bloodthirsty Kings. A major upset to be able to turn this back around in Cloud9's favor. Now, BTK is not too far out of the game yet. They just got to find a way to shut down Basic. He is stacked now. The man has every item necessary to burst down BTK. They have to find a way to isolate him and pick him off.
I don't know if there is a way. As long as, so Cloud9, normally, like we've been saying, they take these wide approaches to the map. Even when we look at them right now, you look at the mini-map, they're very spread out. But when it comes to these team fights, as long as they box up which wasn't what they were doing at the beginning, but now that Basics is online, as long as they box up around him, they are good. They have the Cho, who's very similar to the Kaja combo with the carry. You lock him down for a second, you shred him, and that's pretty much what they're working here, except it's a final slash or it's a way of the dragon, and they're able to pull it off well. And here comes another way of the dragon, locking on, Basic gonna unload, final slash, Sia taken down, Lord blasting through the door, Fried Chicken looking for trouble, but Shark goes down, best player finds another one, Nathzz able to take out Mobazane, BTK getting shredded, all they gotta do is lock on the Basic Cloud9, take game number 3.
The comeback! Cloud9 able to make a match not in their favor, work toward a victory.